There we go. I did it. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Tussle Tuesday. I mean, that is going to start in 41 seconds. So before that starts, I want to apologize to anybody because I started the stream 15 minutes late. Um, so yeah, if you're watching, sorry about that. But anyways, today we're going to have Final Girl. It is a game by Van Ryder Games, and it is a single-player game. And one of my favorites in the solo. In fact, I think it might be, out of all of the solo games out there, my favorite solo. To my right over here are the 3 series boxes that I will discuss after the ad break here. Or was that the ad break? I don't know anymore. There it is. How's the beat? Do you have premium so you don't have to see those ads? Okay, welcome back. So anyways, we're going to be playing Final Girls. Right over here are the 3 series boxes, 1, 2, and 3. Each of these have 5 featured films. And so each of these featured films are a different horror character that you are the final girl of a horror film trying to survive. And what's really fun about these boxes is that the contents of them are made to look like a DVD case. So this right here is my friend John's copy. And you can see that there's actually a VHS on top and VHS cassette tape-like things right here. And they made many, many different versions. So the idea is always the same. You have a core box, which has all the core components you need to play the game. And then you can pick any featured film, and just those 2 things together, you can play it. So today I picked Razorface. Each featured film also, I'll just get him out of here so that you can see him. Each featured film has, like I said, a cassette tape like this. They have a title for the featured film. This is Hell to Pay. Every one of them also has a villain, in this case, Razorface, as well as a location. And this one it is Hellscape. Now the neat part is this is a complete, like once I get the core set and put it with this, those 2 things together can play a game. However, you can, if you want to, mix and match. So I could play Razorface in the mall on one of the other locations, or I can take the Big Bad Wolf and play it in Hellscape on Razorface. But you only need to buy 1 featured film and the core box to get started. Yeah, I actually only bought for myself the Series 3 box because I got into the game a little late and bought the featured films from the first 2 series separately. You can get by with just a couple featured films, 1 featured film, and the core box. In fact, I almost wish I would have done it that way and played through each one as I got them, because now I have, like, you can see John's copy. He hasn't even opened any of the Series 3 yet. But yeah, it's really fun, and every single one of these is a play on actual horror villains. Like, you have Hans there at Camp Happy Trails. This is a Jason clone. You have the Big Bad Wolf. My favorite one is actually in Series 2 is, forget what the actual name of the film is, but it is The Entity, I think is what it's called, but it's essentially The Fang. And his location is Siberia Station 1521 or something like that. Clearly just, John Carpenter's The Fang, and the mission was super cool and had one of the most memorable play experiences I ever had. And it was a lot of fun. So I have played through 4 and beat 3 of the first series of the 5. I played through 3 of these and beat 2 of these in Series 2. and I've only played 2 of Series 3, and I beat 1, but I found out, yeah, thank you, Station 2891. Thanks, Scott. That one is my favorite, like, probably my favorite one. It was just a lot of fun, and I had a memorable experience. But I found out on the one I played, because I played the Trapper, which is basically a Jigsaw from the movie Saw. I played him, and I think I cheated. As I was setting up this game, I think last time I played, I forgot the rule where you're only supposed to take 10 tarot cards to make the deck, and I think I stacked the entire deck, so I had like 12 extra turns to beat that one, which was nice. I could take my time, but it was still challenging, even with the extra cards. But yeah, so I have Razorface set up, who is obviously a play on Pinhead from the Hellraiser series, and I'm using his location, Hellscape. So I'm going to keep that in the back there, and I'm going to get up for a second and change the overhead so I can explain how setup will work and everything. Woohoo! I'm back. The organism. Cosmic Beaks got my back on this. I hope you just have your own copy sitting next to you, and you're just like, hey, I got this. Yes, the organism instead of the thing, and it's Station 2891. My favorite part about that was the way I won that game was I was running from it, and I was outside in the cold, and I drew the event card called We're Here to Help, or something like that, where the helicopter lands, and 3 people get off of it, but they immediately panic and scatter. And since I was already outside, my next turn, I literally just grabbed all 3 of them, put them back on the helicopter, and told them to go away. And I unlocked my final girl power with that by filling her up. So basically one movement, I was able to unlock my final girl ultimate ability, and then go back inside and kick the thing's ass, the organism's ass, because trademark reasons. Yes, it was kind of memorable. I had this rescue team show up to try to save everybody at the station, and I was just like, no, go home. I got it. You're just gonna get in the way. So Razorface is right here. The neat thing about this, like I said, you combine a villain with the location. So here's Razorface. This is Hellscape right here. So the general setup is get the hand of cards. Your starting cards all have a number 0 in the bottom right. They're your basic cards. They're free to buy back whenever you use them, but whenever you use them, you can't buy them back the same turn you use them. And then you have some advanced card that's going to take some resources to buy. And these cards are going to be your actions you take during your turn. So in my basic, I have Focus, I have Walk, I have Short Rest, I have Weak Attack. But I can also get Search, Sprint, Distraction, Improvise, Planning, Long Rest, Close Call, Guard, Retaliate, Furious Strike, Critical Blow. And in this particular one, I have a special action card. I'll talk about that one in a second. So you get those all set up. You pick your final girl. They're pretty cool. They have a health on the top left. They have some spaces to save victims around here. And if you save that many victims in the game, you can flip her over and unlock her special ability. So that is what I was talking about earlier with the organism. So I'm using Christy, who is also the face character of the movie, just to keep everything, the same here. But again, with Final Girls as well, you can mix and match. Every single featured film comes with 2 Final Girls. So, no, I have the back on this one, but the other characters on the back of this come with 2 Final Girls, so you can have a choice of 2. One way I like to play, because there's a lot of content in this game, is that normally whenever you win with a Final Girl, they say open your envelope and there's a special item in there. Well, I just kind of did that automatically. I sleeve my cards, so I sleeve it with this in front so I can't see it. So anytime I try a new Final Girl, I start with her weapon in the item deck. And that way I just have a little bit of more uniqueness with those characters. And I might not see it still. And I do make a point of not even looking at the item until it would pop up. And if I see it, I'm like, cool, there it is. So her deck is mixed in the item deck. And I'll get to, her card is. And I'll get to that later. But she has 5 health, and that's represented on the left side over here. I have 4 hearts plus the forget what they call this, but it's your final stand heart, and that is the final heart before you die, and it actually has a chance of you recovering from it. So that is called the. Oh, I grabbed. Yeah, that's the right logo. I almost grabbed 2 of the wrong logos. There we go. The black final health token. So, put that there. On the back of these, I have a total of 9 of these, and I give 1 to me and the killer. On the back of these is possibly a extra life, or 2, or even 3 extra lives. Most of them are blank. So if I ever lose my last hit point, I can flip this over. If it's blank, I'm dead. If it's not blank, I can go ahead and get exchange it for a white one because it's officially my last life, and then keep playing for a little bit. It's like the last ditch effort. It also represents that for the killer too, because you know in horror movies you kill the killer and oops, he's not actually dead. Well, Razorface has a chance of doing that too, and I won't know until I actually take his last hit point there. So that is kind of like my character over here, Christy, my life. Moving on to the killer. Whenever you go to set up the killer, you have to always get a dark power and a finale card, and that's pretty cool that they form the actual like picture of the killer, so they kind of just goes on top of it. So this is his dark power, and this is his finale card. This is his bloodlust track, so as he kills people, he's going to get more bloodlust. Once he gets to level 2, he's going to flip over his dark power. There are a choice of 4 whenever you play these guys. One of them is an epic dark power, which is like insanely hard. I don't put that in there because the game's hard enough already. Maybe sometime I'll try it, but this is just one of the 3 regular ones. And then for the finale, he's not going to flip this until I get through the terror deck. And that card is just going to basically be like, okay, this is the end of the game. You either have to kill him or he's going to keep repeating this insanely powerful action until you're dead. But the bloodlust counter also dictates how much he moves and also how much damage he does. So at the top here, at the bottom, he's at 1 damage and 1 move speed. At the very top, he's at 4 and 4. So he's hurting me by the time he gets to the top. And that's how Razorface does. And every single villain also has their own little setup instructions. So Razorface is actually pretty simple himself. It's Hellscape that actually adds a lot of complications to the rule set of this guy. But I had to draw 3 affliction cards. And I can damage him all I want, but I can never take away his last hit point until I make it through all 3 of his afflictions. And these are like, I forget exactly how they called it in here. Hellish afflictions. Can be physical, mental, spiritual, or otherwise. To be unbound from the influence of the power of Razorface, I must purge all of my afflictions. So I have You Call, I Come, where I have to discard a random item card. I have the Explorers of the Flesh, where I have to attack him, but then choose a victim to kill instead of damaging him. And then I have to The Gift of Pain, which I have to deal at least 3 damage with them in 1 attack. Which I can do with Critical Blow, so I might have to try to get that, or if I find some items. And I'll talk about items in a second. So that is essentially it. He actually has this many more afflictions. And the game talks about, the special rule talks about if an affliction ever becomes impossible to do. For instance, there's one in here that requires victims. I have one that requires victims. And there's just no more victims in the map. I purge that card and draw a new one from this deck, which is why I have it over here. So then I'll move on to the setup of this guy over here. You put out the location. Every location has its own item deck. So you shuffle up the item deck and deal 12 cards out and put them in piles of 4 each. I dealt out 11, added my final girl item, shuffled it up, and then put 4 in each. So I have 4 different item decks here. The item decks are going to represent spots on the map where I can find items. So this one is the House of Mutilation in the top left. The middle is the Nexus, and the bottom right is the Sepulchre of Blood, which all sounds like, nice places to visit. I can't wait to visit the Sepulchre of Blood and see what items are there. But I can use the search action while I'm there to find items. You also will be drawing a setup card. This is going to tell you where you start, where you place yourself and the villain, as well as some extra victims. So there's plenty of victims for the killer to start killing, get his bloodlust up, and I need to try to save as many as I can. There are actually 3 exits on this map. There's one in the middle, and one in each other corner. I'm probably going to try to hang out in the nexus as much as possible since it's got an exit and I can find items there. But yeah, that's how setup works. There are 5 setup cards for each location, so you can have a little variety. They also have a like a name, a little like thematic name for it. The one I am playing with is called Sensation, but we're missing Ecstasy, Rapture, Revelation, and Depravity. Those are all fun little names. And then you get an event deck. So every location also has its unique event deck. I haven't drew my starting event yet, but before you start your first turn, you do 1 starting event. And then after that, you just do the events whenever cards suggest you do it. Next part of setup is terror cards. Terror cards actually come from both the villain as well as the location. So I shuffled up both those decks. I have no idea what these cards look like, but so I can show a couple. The bottom right will show its villain and its location. So the I know it's gonna be hard to see, but that pen needle is going to be for Razorface, and the chain link is gonna be for the Hellscape. And so I shuffled all those together. Did 10 cards, put them in a deck, so that I can go ahead and start drawing these. Every turn, I'm going to be drawing 1 terror card and acting it out. If I need to draw a terror card, and there isn't any to draw, I will instead flip his finale card. Very, very fun times. I don't want to get there. I preferably will not get there. Kill him long before. So that is all the cards and most of the setup. The last thing is that on the top left of him here, he has his starting terror level and also his health. He's got 9 health, so I have 8 little hearts plus his final health token. The terror level is basically how scared I am. So he starts at a 5, which is actually pretty high for these guys. I don't like him starting at a 5. But whatever the terror level is determines how many dice I roll whenever I do actions. Preferably, I get it all the way down to a 1, because then I can roll 3 dice at a time. If it gets as high as a 7, then I'm rolling only 1 dice at a time. But anywhere between 2 and 6, I'm rolling 2 dice, which is really what I want to be. Where I'll be most of the time. Hopefully, I'm not in that one too long. If I ever can't lose or gain terror, and I'm supposed to, if I need to lose it and I can't, I actually gain time back, which is the resource for me buying cards. But if I gain terror and I can't gain terror, he's actually going to gain some bloodlust, and that's not good for me. The time meter is right here. All actions I take will take time. If I ever get to 0, below 0 my turn, if I'm at 0, I'm fine, but if I ever get less than that, my turn ends immediately, and I have to move on to the rest of the round. Which is usually something you want to avoid, because you usually like to end the turn on your own terms. If I save some time for the round, though, I can use it to buy cards. For instance, the search card costs 2 time. So if I'm able to get to the end of my turn with time, I can actually spend that. Critical Blow, which is the biggest card in the game for like the heaviest hit, it costs 6 times. So I'd have to like do some shenanigans to save a bunch of times. Maybe even take a turn where I don't do anything and just sit there and try to just go ahead and buy it. Like I said earlier, this I forgot to tell you about Hellscape, what it does. Hellscape comes with all these movable tiles because the entire map's going to change on me, which is something I haven't seen in the map before. Every round I have to roll dice, and these dice are going to dictate where these things are going to rotate or move, and they actually can flip too. It's actually going to create paths that exist and don't exist at the time. Like right now, there isn't a path between me and the killer. So if the killer ever has to target me, he just won't. But I can't get to him to hit him either. So, yeah, Hellscape seems interesting. But it did come with an extra special action card, which I can buy while I'm playing on Hellscape, which is called Hell Shift, which lets me move the tiles myself if I need to. I might buy that card early and try to sit on it until it becomes like that thing I just need. The problem with that is the dice rolls, and I'll explain that in a second too, because I'm probably going to just discard it a bunch. Yeah, I mean, that is the kind of the basis there. I think it's just more of a get into the game now, and I can explain more as I go. So let's draw the first event card and see what it is. It is Curious Wretch. So it's got this blue symbol in the top right. That just means it's a special victim popping up. So I got this special wretch popping up. The victim closest to me is now the wretch. Since I have 2 victims equal distance from me, I can go ahead and pick the one. And I don't really have a... I'll pick this one. This is the wretch. If the wretch moves at least 1 space, I have to lose... So anytime the wretch moves, I lose time. So I do not want her to move. I don't want her to panic. I don't want her to leave. But if I save her, I get to lose 1 terror and gain 1 health back. So that's a fun little one. They also come with some flavor too. So Curious Wretch. Turn over 1 stone too many. All right. Now, the playmat has spots for each event as you draw them, but some events are discard after you draw. So this one says, if the wretch leaves play, discard this card. I'm just going to leave them in play so I can kind of know how the events in the game kind of go, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. I think that will be it. This playmat over here is nice because it has the actions all over here. So I'll start off with just doing my actions. I have 6 cards. So I have 2 focus, 2 walks, a short rest, and a weak attack. The focus is going to help me lower the terror level. Walking is going to be how I get between locations. Short rest is going to help me heal. I don't need to heal right now. I actually cannot go above your starting health. And then weak attack, if I'm in his space, I can attack him. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is probably just try to get some wretch to the middle as fast as I can. That way I can get her saved and I can ignore the penalties of the wretch for the rest of the game. So we will start with playing walk. Got a play area down here. I'm in terror level 2, so I can roll 2 dice. The 1 and the 2 are blank. The 5 and the 6 are successes. So if I roll 5 and 6, it's counted as a success. And the 3 and the 4 are blank unless I discard 2 cards from my hand, and then they become successes. And that's what I was talking about earlier. I was thinking about buying Hell's Ship to just sit on it, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be the card I pitch a lot to make sure I get successes. So every card has I got 0 successes, I got 1 success, or I got 2 successes thing. So walk has a special thing. If I roll 0 successes, I can actually have 2 options. If I roll 0 successes on walk, I can either move 1 space, lose a health, and lose 2 time. Or instead of moving a space and losing the health, I can just lose the 2 time. Either way, that's pretty horrible. I gotta get at least 1 success with walk. 1 success lets me move 1 space and use 1 time, and 2 successes lets me move 2 spaces and use 1 time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll for a walk real quick and see what I can do. I got a blank and a 4, which means I have to discard 2 cards for that success. And I think I'm going to. I'm not going to be able to attack him or need the short rest anytime soon, so I'm going to discard those 2, who basically changes to success. I get a success. I can move 1 space, and I will move 1 space over here. I don't know how easy it is to see on stream, but the board is broken up into pretty distinct rooms. This particular piece right here actually has 3 rooms on it. So I'm in the middle room of these. So now I'm going to go ahead and play my next walk, and I hope I get more successes this time, because I don't want to discard my other 2 cards. And I didn't. Yeah, Spirit, I think I do. I don't feel the buy anything. Oh, I forgot to give myself -1 time from that first walk. So I got a blank again, and the discard 2 cards success. And I think I am gonna save the time, so I am gonna discard 2, lose 1 time, and move 1 space. Anytime I move, I can drag up to 2 victims with me, so I'm gonna drag the wretch with me. Wait, is that gonna... Oh, no, it counts as her moving. Alright, when she moves, I gotta lose a time, because that's her ability. If she moved, there you go. I have 0 cards in my hand now, so there's nothing else I can do. So now I go on from the action phase to the planning phase. And this is where I can use my leftover time to buy action cards. And I am going to go ahead and buy a search, because I want to... Ooh, I don't buy a sprint, though. Moving the wretch kind of sucks. If I don't buy a sprint, I won't be able to move it all next turn. I might have to spend a turn not doing anything. I'll get her to the middle. I'm going to go ahead and buy that sprint and a close call. I like the close call because it only costs 1 and it lets me rerolls. 2 reroll. So I buy them a lot. So that's going to be a total of 3 time. 2 for the sprint, 1 for this. I'll stick that in my current hand. After I'm done with the planning phase, I will reset the time back to 6. And I will discard all the cards in my play area. So next turn, I can buy back my full hand of 0 cost cards. Then we're going to go to the killer phase. Killer phase is very simple. On the back of this card, depending on the killer, is always the same, no matter which card you picked up. Tells you the order in which he's going to do things. So the first action tells you who he's targeting. In this case, it's just closest person, me or a victim. Then he's going to move, then he's going to stab. So he's going to move 1 space towards the closest victim. He can't move up this way because there's no wall there because of the way this tile's laid. So he's going to move 1 space this way and kill this victim. What? He dead. So anytime he kills a victim, he gains a blood loss. Not good. And that is his action. His next thing he does is draw a terror card. So this is coming from his deck because it's got his little symbol in it. Ooh. I am glad I did what I did. It's discard all distraction and focus action cards from my hand. I'm enticed by ecstasy. This is a really fun game so far. But I don't have those in my hand. I actually almost try to keep focus in my hand, and I'm really glad I didn't save the focus. Anyways, I still got... so I'm good. I'm not going to do that part. But the next part is increased terror level. That's what the Jason hockey mask means. So I'm going to go from a 5 to a 6 terror level, and I really don't want to get that to a 7. And that's the killer phase. Now we do the panic phase. So if he is ever in a room with more than 1 victim, and he kills one of those victims, during this phase, he's going to panic them. I would roll dice, and those guys would scatter out of the room super afraid. So, fortunately, he's got nobody with him, so he's not going to do that. Now we go to the upkeep phase. The first thing we do is, if we don't have any terror cards left, I will reveal that finale card. And then, since we do have terror cards left, we're good. I can use this time to rearrange my items. So if I have items I like in my backpack, I can equip them, whatever. And in Hellscape, I have to roll the Hellscape dice. So this is going to change the room around, and I really hope it doesn't change my current room because I'm right next to the necklace. It changed my current room. Okay. Whatever. So, I drew a star and the hourglass. This is the star one, so this is going to get lifted up. This is the hourglass, so this is going to get lifted up and moved over here. And then this is going to move over here. That sucks. Anyways, that was that. And now we go back to an action phase. I've only got 2 actions this round. Well, 2. No, this is actually an action. This is a reaction. So we'll start with that sprint. If I get 2 successes on this, I can move 3 spaces and I'm set. So maybe I try to do that. Yeah! Alright, I only got 1 success. I didn't roll a 5, and I rolled a 3, so if I discard 2 cards, I get a success, but I can't. I could just reroll 1 dice with this, and maybe get a 5 or a 6. Let's do it. I got this. No. Oh well. Alright. So it's only 1 success. 1 success on sprint is going to be move 2 spaces. 1, 2. I moved the wretch, so I will lose a time. I will also lose a time from sprint. And that is going to be my full turn getting over there. I swear, if that moves again, and I'm on the other side of the nexus again, I'm going to be sad. So, there is sprint. Now we go into the planning phase. I have 4 left to spend this time. I will get back my entire hand of 0-cost cards, because they all cost 0. I will also grab this time the other sprint and a search. So I have a sprint and a search in my hand. That way I can start finding some items. That's going to be all 4 of them, so I'll go back up to 6 time as I end this. I'll put the sprint back where it was and the close call. So mostly, these cards either have 1 or 2 for the most part. Sprint, search, close call, and guard have 2 cards each, and also distraction. Oh, and improvise. Never mind. But there's a couple that only have 1 card, so I can only ever have 1 critical blow in my hand, and if I use it, I can't buy it back the same turn. Same thing with Hell Shift, for that matter. Maybe I should have just done Hell Shift. So make sure I'm in the right spot. That would have been a good thing to do last turn. Anyways, we are good there. We are now going to go ahead and move on to the killer phase. Aha. He is going to move over here. He's going to kill another victim. Then he's going to draw a terror card. Place a new victim in each named space. So there are 3 named spaces in this game. There is the House of Mutilation, the Nexus, and the Sepulchre of Blood. Wow, it's 3 extra victims here. And then it wants me to draw 2 events back to back. First event. Stare into the abyss. Whenever you move a hellscape tile, lose 1 time. So if I use this hell shift now, I have to lose a time to use it. Next event. Chaotic Transference. Swap the Sepulchre of Blood and the House of Mutilation house deck. So this actually doesn't do anything. Because I haven't looked at the decks yet. But if I did, this would be kind of crazy. But I'm going to swap these 2 item decks. The dimensions of this place have a hunger of their own. And this is one of those I discard immediately. I'm just going to do it. Get rid of it. I'll go up there. This will get discarded now. We'll go to the panic phase. He's in a room with a victim, and the victim just witnessed a murder. So the victim's going to panic and scatter, and he's going to go to 4, which is to the right here, and to here. Every room has the numbers. If I roll that number, that's where they go to. If there were 6 victims in that room, I would roll 6 dice, and they would all scatter in different directions. If the number isn't shown, they just simply stay put. Like the Nexus, for instance, only has a 1 through 4. Or in Hellscape, if there's a wall in the way, like it would have been if you rolled a 1 or a 2, he would also just stay put. All right, back to upkeep. I'm going to roll these 2 dice for upkeep. And I'm moving again. This time down here. I'm going to make it there eventually, guys. I'm not wasting any time. By the way, I'm heck of gonna lose this game. Like, I have a feeling. Usually whenever I go to a different one, I lose at least once, because you gotta learn how to actually beat the guy first. Cool. Alright, that is the upkeep phase. Let's go ahead and go to the action phase. I'm definitely going to start with the sprint, because I can get to the Nexus with 1 move. The killer is right next to me now, so I have the weak attack back. I could go take a swing at him, but I'm not ready yet. I want some items first. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to the Nexus. Roll my 2 dice. Put those dice out right here. Roll my 2 dice. Get 2 blanks. Fun. This game's not forgiving, by the way. Literally just rolled 2 blanks, and I didn't buy my close call this time. So, sprint. I can either move 1 space, take a damage, and end my turn. Oh man, I just tripped on my way trying to do that. I'm going to lose 2 time and a health. Nothing else happens. Let's try walking now. Yeah. Alright, walking worked a little better. I lose a time. I'll move one space. I'll drag that wretch with me, which makes me lose another time. This wretch is getting on my nerves. Okay. We're gonna walk again now. Alright. I rolled 2 blanks again. This is not going well. So I'm going to use the other option on the 2 blanks where I lose a health, 2 time, and I move a space. But since I'm moving the wretch, I have to lose another time, which immediately ends my turn. I'm not sure if I'm able to save the victims as a free action if my turn ends immediately. I'm just going to go ahead and assume the worst and say no. So I will save them next turn. Remember, I was only ever able to move 2 victims at a time, so I had to leave one of them behind. Poor guy is right next to the killer. He's about to die because he didn't want to follow me. And that is my turn, since I literally can't do anything else. I have 0 time to spend. Luckily, I kept cards in my hand, so I don't have... I could do stuff next turn. But I'm not buying anything new. Reset the 6 for next round. Lost 2 health that turn. And now we're going to go ahead and go to the villain phase, where he will move back over here, stab and kill this guy. Man. Then we're going to draw a terror card, where he's going to essentially do the same thing again. Brutal reward. He's going to move towards me or the nearest victim. It is 1 space this way. And then he's going to stab. Luckily, he's in a space where there's no victims, so he's not going to get that off. And then he says if a victim was killed or you take 1 more damage, I would gain a time. Which I'm actually more happy that he didn't kill another victim, so we'll just move on from that one. Panic phase. He's not going to panic anybody. No one's in the room. Then the upkeep phase. If that tile doesn't move now, I'm going to be upset because I'm finally off of it. Hey, look, it did not move. We have to move this top one up here and this one right here. I liked Hellscape until I started playing it. Now I don't like it as much. Okay, let's move on to my phase now. So, I have 3 victims here. I'm also on an exit. I can save all 3 of them right now. Hooray! Whenever you save victims, you put them on your card. Once you fill up your card, you gotta flip your guy. There's also some benefits as I do this. I am actually going to fill up these 3. The first one gives me 2 time, so I'm up to 8 for right now, so I have more spending power. The next one reduces the fear level by 2, which I don't think I've ever seen someone do a double fear. It's kind of nice. And the next one is heal 1 hit point. So the rewards of saving people are actually pretty nice. And I'm only 1 away from unlocking her power. Most characters have more than 4. So I'm kind of worried that Christie's ultimate is just not going to be that good. But I didn't want to spoil it for myself, so I didn't look at it. Now I can take the rest of my turn, and I'm going to definitely start with this search so I can find some items. Roll my 2 dice. Man, I am rolling bad today. I got 2 blanks. So I can either raise the fear level by 2 to take an item, or I can ignore grabbing an item this turn and only raise it by 1. I think I'm going to try to focus, so I'm going to go ahead and increase it by 2, lower my time by 2, and take the top item from the Nexus, which is a Seething Orb. Okay. It's a 2-handed item that does a lot of damage, so I'm going to go ahead and equip it in my as a 2-handed item. Give it 2 charges, because it has 2 charges, but whenever I use it, I can, whenever I attack now, I can use it to deal 2 extra damage. Oh, maybe I should do some damage to him real quick. Oh, I'm gonna have to look up the rule. Does the item get discarded after I waste its tokens? Because I can just go stab him like 2 times, and then use it to purge this affliction because I have to discard a random item card. Might as well discard a useless random item card. Alright, that's new play. Sometimes I just make up rules as I go to like just get the game going and then, you know, figure out the real rule later. That's how it's going to work. If I'm out of tokens, I'm going to keep the item until I get rid of it another way. Unless Cosmobeat's like, nope, that's not how it works. I'm out of... I don't have any walks, so I can't even move anymore. I'm going to try focus. Alright. Lose a time, raise the fear level. I mean, lower the fear level. Let's try it one more time, so I can try to get that fear level under control. Ooh, that's actually a really good one if I do that. I think I'm going to. Lose my weak attack. Maybe I can buy a focus strike. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'll discard... I have a natural 6, so I have 1 success. I can discard 2 cards to get another success. I will do that because the double success and focus is great. It's going to lower the fear level and gain me 2 time. So now I'm going to go to the buying phase, the prep phase. I'm going to get my walks back. I'm going to get another search that costs 2. I have 5 left. He's right next to me. I should probably grab a guard so he doesn't deal a lot of damage to me. But I really want to attack him next turn, so I'm going to grab Furious Strike. And that gives me 1 left, which I'll use to buy a close call. Alright. All the zeros will go back here. My search will go back here. And we can move on to the villain phase, where he will move into the Nexus with me and attack me now. He's just got to 2 movement, but he's still on 1 attack, thankfully. So he's going to go ahead and attack me, deal 1 damage to me, and that's just it. If I had a guard or retaliate, I can block some of the damage, but I did not, so I can't. And then he's going to draw his tarot card, which is hopefully not too terrible. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw a new tarot card. Otherwise, he targets a victim and moves to kill him. So he's either going to target this guy and this guy. Since they're equidistant, I got to choose the direction. I'm going to make him wander off to the right because that's just a better space for me. He kills that victim. He raises his thing. And he got to his dark power, so I'm going to flip this, which is Life Drain. After you purge an affliction, you lose a health, and Razorface recovers a health. That's annoying. And there's no getting around that. That is just the rest of the game. So, yeah, if I would have at least purged 1 beforehand, so I would have been able to be a little bit better, but that's where we're at. Panic phase. No one's panicking. Upkeep phase. Let's roll these dice again. Hey, it's a double star. Whenever I roll doubles, I actually have to flip this thing. And I'm gonna guess he goes here and he goes here. Let me see how to flip things. But if the effect says flip, take the tile, remove all the pieces from the tile, noting which colored space they're in, then flip it and return to the same colored space. Sweet. So they were 1 and 1, and yep, the rooms are colored. So there you go. Sometimes. Now this room is all by itself over here. Everything's connected except for the corner with the house of mutilation and that one guy. Great. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next round. I am going to start with the search again because I want more items. Alright, 1 success. I get to go ahead and lose 1. I had it at 5, so it's supposed to be at 6. Go back down to 5. And I'm going to go ahead and draw the top card from my item deck, which is still the Nexus. It doesn't have hand symbols on it, so it can just be in my inventory. I can use it there. I can discard this during the action phase. to do some cool stuff. Huh, that's actually really cool. I got the Gambler's Cube. It looks like the little Hell Cube from Hellraiser. And I can discard it during my action turn to, on a 1 or 2, lose health and roll again. So I could technically just kill myself right now if I just keep 1 and 2. On a 3 or 4, I can gain some time. But if I roll it, but I gain time and keep re-rolling. But if I roll a 5, whenever I roll a 5 or 6, I either get the top item card or take any action card, which could be my critical blow. And I can use that this turn against him. I don't have my short rest right now. Oh, I do gotta lose my time from the search. No, I already did. I'm at 5. We're gonna gamble. I'm using the Gambler's Cube. Discard it. Don't roll a 1. I rolled a 3. I gained 2 time, and I have to roll again. Oh, okay, no. It's gain 2 time or roll again. I'm just not gonna press my luck. I'm gonna keep my 2 time, and that was my gambling cube. Got it. No health loss. Alright, now we're gonna walk, so I'm gonna go hit him a couple times. 2 dice still. Double success. I can move up to 2 spaces. I only need to move 1, though. And then I'm going to Furious Strike him. The double star on this one is just fantastic. Only 1 star. I could post-call the other one and try to push it. No, not worth it. Alright, so the 1 star effect is lose a horror. I hit him so hard I feel better about myself. Deal 1 damage, but I'm also going to spin a charge. We deal 2 more damage, so that's 3 total damage to him. Heck yeah. And then it's going to end my turn, which is not a big deal because I was going to end it anyways. Don't lose any time for this. I do gotta make sure if that symbol means lose by remaining time. Action phase immediately ends. We're good. That would suck because I have 7. So done. Hit him. Now, I do have an affliction here that says Purge requirement. Deal at least 3 damage to Razorface in 1 action phase, and I did 3. That's gonna put me really low on health, but I might be able to just grab a guard and be fine. So I'm gonna just purge it because I need to purge these at some point in time. So purge it. The purge effect now says lose a health, and then I got to use his dark power after you purge an affliction, lose 1 health, and he gains a health. So now I'm on my last lifeline, which you think might be really bad, but if I'm on my last health and or he's on his last health, I get to roll an extra dice in all my dice rolls. It's kind of like, you know, get my adrenaline pumping there. So I get 1 extra dice until I gain some more health, which is good. Also, I know this is going to, you know, this is a good token too. It's going to be good. That's the end of my action phase, so I'm going to buy some cards. I have 7 to spend now. I am going to grab a guard so that I don't take too much damage. I'm going to grab another search. Puts me down to 3. And you know what? I think this is the round where I can go ahead and grab a distraction so I can try to just really focus on getting Terror down. And that seems pretty good. Furious Strike can go back. Walk will go... Oh, forgot to take the rest of my zeros. Walk will go here, and Search will go here. And then, seems pretty good. I got a lot of cards in my hand now. Killer phase. He's going to move towards the closest person, which is me, so he won't move. Instead, he's just going to deal 1 damage. Oh, he's up to 2 damage. He's going to do 2 damage to me, but I am going to go ahead and play this guard card, which lets me roll 3 dice now, since I'm on my last life. On 1 success, I get to reduce damage by 2. I only need 1 success in this, and I got 2, so I get to ignore all damage. Watch him get another attack on this terror card now. Uh-oh. Roll a dice. On our 1 or 2, I'm already flipping my health token. Don't get a 1 or 2? I didn't. 5. He's going to gain a bloodlust. Not good, but not as bad as it could have been. That card was called What Is Your Pleasure? And 1 or 2 is an extra attack for him. 3 or 4 is raise the terror level by 2. And a 5 or 6 is bloodlust by 1. So I think it was the best out of all of them. Upkeep phase. Let's go ahead and roll the random shifting dice. Hey, I gotta flip this guy now. There's nobody on it, so I don't have to worry about finding the room they're in. Huh. And then we can go back to me doing me. And the first thing I'm gonna do is attack. Nope. Because if I roll no success... Oh, no, I got 3 dice. I'll roll a success off 3 dice. Odds are. Yeah, we'll do a weak attack first. If all 3 of these are a 1 or 2, I just lose myself over. Alright, I got 1 success. And a discard success. So I am going to discard some cards. Yeah, I'll discard some cards to make that a success. Let's do one of my focus and a close call. So now I have 2 successes, and the weak attack on 2 successes is just 1 simple damage. I'm going to go ahead and take my last thing off the seething orb to do 2 damage, extra damage, and deal 3 total to him. So yeah, I'm actually getting them pretty good and down right now. But I still have 2 more of these to purge. And one of them I have to get him into the room with the victim. And then hit him, but kill the victim on purpose instead of him. Alright, we're going to try to walk away from him casually now. 3 dice. Okay. Almost screwed up bad. I have to discard 2 cards now. I do want to keep that search, but I can't. I'm going to go ahead and discard 2 cards to walk. I lose 1 time. I can walk 1 space. I will short rest. 3 dice again. This is going to give me some of my health back. It is gain 1 health and lose 1 time. And do I do my distraction yet? I should have done it before that. Short rest. I'm going to pretend like I did. Distraction first, then that short rest. Asterisk. My character has the ability to rewrite time. Wow, I rolled 3 blanks. That sucks. Well, instead of lowering the fear level, I'm going to raise it and lose 2 time. Then I'll heal. 3 blanks. Well, at least I didn't roll that whenever death was on the line. Okay. Fun times. Now I can spend 2 things. I'm going to get a walk. I'm going to get a guard. And then I'm going to put these back. And next turn is probably going to be a lot of nothing for me. I might have to just take a turn to not do much. Okay. Reset that to 6 and move on to the killer phase, where he will casually stroll on down to me and attack me. I will use this guard. I only get 2 dice now. I can reduce the damage by 1 to a minimum of 1. I will take 1 damage to the 2, which keeps me alive. Then he's going to draw a terror card. Okay, well that's interesting. I am going to raise the terror level by 2. It's back up to 6 now. Did I actually give you my card? I got a walk. I spent 2. What is? Oh, I'm a guard. The guard that just saved my life. I have, if at least 1 affliction's been purged, I have to discard another of my choice and then draw a new one. So I'm going to get rid of that one that I have to kill a victim. And draw this new one called Torturous Embrace. Come, let us both taste your suffering. You or Razorface has exactly 1 health remaining. Hey, I got 1 health remaining. I can purge this on my turn. Wait a minute. If I do that, though, I die because of life drain. Then I have to discard an item card of your choice. If I do not have one, I have to end my action phase. A lot of good things happening to me right now. Alright. No victims are going to scatter. We're instead going to roll these 2 dice. And move this guy. And this guy. I need to get away from him. But I have 1 card to play this turn. I don't think I'm going to play it. I think I'm just going to, like, all it's going to do is make him want to walk towards me anyway, so... I think I just bank it, use my... get all my 0 cost back. Grab a search, a guard, and a sprint, so maybe I can actually sprint away from him next turn. And then let's move on to his turn, where he's going to hit me, and I'm going to say I have a guard, where I roll 2 dice. 3 dice, because I have 1 health remaining. I have to discard cards now in order to not have to flip my last token. One of my walks and one of my focus. Reduce the damage by 2. He has a dealing 2 damage, so I'm good. Terror card. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw again. Hey! Otherwise, place Razorface in the furthest victim. Alright. So the furthest victim, as rules of this, has to be connected. So the only room this center room's connected to is this one over here. So he's actually going to teleport over here and then murderate this guy, which does this, which does raise the terror level to dangerous levels. And now he moves 3 spaces instead of just 2. But hey, I have a victim in the way again. Use him as a shield for a turn. This is not going well, by the way, at all. But, you know, hey, I'm playing the game. Let's move on to my turn again. Oh, upkeep. Roll these 2 dice again. This thing and him. He's going to be moving. I don't even have access to him anymore. Oh, I do. Okay. What am I doing this turn? I think I'm going to start with a search so I can find better items. Oh, no, because I want to do this. The purge effect for me discarding a random item is putting him in my room. So I can put him in my room and then just try to run away from him. Oh yeah, but if I purge something, I don't have health left. Alright, well, we're starting with a focus, because if I don't, I'm only rolling 1 dice at this turn. So I have 1 health, and I'm rolling 1 dice. It's 2 dice. 1 success. Lowers the terror level by 1, and my time by 1. We will... there's no instant death from search, so I'm going to go ahead and search now. I don't need any more terror. I have to discard 2 cards. I wanted at least 1 success out of those 3 dice, but nope. Weak attack. and walk. Oh, I think I've been doing this wrong. It doesn't matter. I only bought one guard at a time, but the guard was played, so it has to stay here until my next planning phase is over. Oh, I was not supposed to do the search first. I was supposed to do this first. Nope. I just did it in the wrong order. Oh well. I'm drawing a card from the Nexus now, because we did it in the wrong order. Yep, and I lose a time because of the search. I got this Hality. The target is on a Hellscape tile, doing additional damage. Oh, nice. It's like a really cool looking Hellblade. Does 1 extra damage automatically, and then if I'm on a Hellscape tile, I do 2 extra damage. And it doesn't have charges like the other one does. So, there we go. At the end of my turn, I'm going to be able to equip it. I want to then short rest. Rolling 3 dice. Hopefully getting some life back. It's ridiculous how bad I'm rolling this game. I'm going to get no successes because I rolled 2 blanks and a thing that needs me to discard cards. So I'm going to gain 1 health back. I'll raise the terror level back up. I'm going to lose 1 time. And I'm going to end my turn immediately, which I was going to anyways, but still. I get 3 things to spend on cards. Yeah, I should really say some of these names more out loud, especially the terror cards. Sadistic Manifestation was the last one I drew. I'll make sure to say the card names out loud. I gotta go ahead and buy 3 things, though. He's not gonna be able to get to me this round, unless he draws a terror card. And I'm gonna get a distraction, so I can try to lower the terror level. And then that's it. He's gonna go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, he's moving the other way anyways. His closest person's right to his right, so he's just gonna move 1 step over and slashing that guy. He goes up to the next space up there, and the event draws an event. Endless Suffering. When you search the House of Mutilation, I get to lose a health. That's fine. I just won't search the House of Mutilation. I'll search the Nexus and Sculpture of Blood the rest of the game. Then we're going to go ahead and draw the next terror card, which is Ecstatic Torture. Ecstatic Torture. He's going to move towards the closest victim, or me. So he's got to move into 3 now, so he can easily make it into here or here. I don't really know me being a Sculpture of Blood. No, it's the House of Mutilation. Oh well, he's going to move in there anyway. He's then going to go ahead and stabby this guy. Raise that again, which raises the fear level, which raises this again. Which makes me discard the next terror card. Haha! I'm going to lose. So hard. And then I have to lower my time by 2. So before I even start my next turn, my time's at 4. So if you missed what I did, I had to raise his Bloodlust, which increased the terror level. Since I can't increase the terror level, I instead increase his Bloodlust, which will do this. Anytime I try to increase it after it's maxed, instead, he's going to... I forgot that part. He recovers a health, and I have to discard the next terror card. So every time he raises his Bloodlust now, I have to speed the end of the game along, which is... We're already there. I have him on my last terror card. Now it's my turn. Nope. Hell Shift. The Cloverleaf is actually going to change sides, which actually cuts me off from him. I don't know if that's a good thing right now. I do kind of need to kill him before too long here. But I at least get 1 turn where I'm going to play Distraction. I only get to roll 1 dice for this. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine because I say it's fine. I could just, like, take a turn and do nothing and play distraction next turn. I'm gonna say that's better. Yes, I'm gonna pretend like that's better. I'm gonna do 0 things this round. Instead, I'm gonna go to my planning phase and have 4 to spend. Well, I will grab another search. And all my 0 cost again. And a guard. Then we will go into his turn. I'll set myself up to 6 on this again, where he's going to resolve his action. His action is going to be 1 to stab this dude. And that's going to be nice, because that is actually going to increase his bloodlust, which does recover him health. But now he discards the last terror card, so this turn he's not even going to have to draw and execute it. So I played that out, right? Nah, yes. Panic phase. No one's panicking because he's not in a room with any victims. He's on the next room over. And then we're going to go ahead and do the upkeep, which means he's going to reveal his finale. His finale is going to be move, attack, attack now, instead of just move, attack. And when revealed, if you still have any afflictions, raise the bloodlust to its maximum. It's already there. Ha! His finale card is I feast on your pain, which he's about to be very painful, because now he's going to move, attack, attack, which means I have to have 2 guards at a time. And the guards only reduce damage by 2, and he's doing 4 damage at a time. So he's going to do 8 damage to me a turn unless I put victims in the way. And if I put victims in the way, he's going to heal up. And then we can go ahead and roll these color shift dice. Clover, sorry, these 2. Hey, he's right next to me. Literally right next to me again. I feel safe. Okay. It's gonna seem weird, but I think I have a plan. I'm going to discard a random item card, and hopefully it's Seeding Orb. I don't know what. I didn't actually pull one, I pulled them both. Alright. This is the one I'm discarding. Oh, dang. The other one. That's fine. Mainly because I say it's fine. Discard that guy. I got the Seeding Orb still, that does nothing. And then I have to place Razorface in my space. And then I can purge this affliction. And I'm only down to 1 affliction. But then, since he has life drain, he's going to steal a life from me. Now I only have 1 token left. Yeah. So I can roll 3 dice now. Oh, sorry, 2, because I have to get stuff back. We'll start with a focus. Roll 2 dice. And I will discard another focus. You know what? Discard a walk. I have a sprint. I might be able to... Oh, that actually might be good. I could actually sprint this turn. If I save at least 1 walk, I can guarantee I save 2 more victims. And that'll help flip me. Maybe that's what I need to actually win this game. So I'll discard these 2. Raise the terror level by 1. Lose 1 time. I will then do that distraction. This time rolling 3 dice. 1 success, or I can do 2 successes if I want to discard more cards. I don't think I can sacrifice any cards, so I will do lower the fear by 1, but also increase my time by 1. Distraction was nice. Search. Now roll 3 dice again. I can discard cards to get an item. I do need items to actually be able to kill him. So let's... Not going to hit him this round. Let's go ahead and get rid of a weak. Get rid of a guard. I don't need it. I can buy another one by the end of the round. My search is going to lower time by 1, take the top from the Nexus deck, which is the last of the Nexus, so I can't use the search the Nexus anymore. And I have the Nexus controller. This is the Hellbox. This is the hexagon thing. Hey, I could rearrange the hellscape as I choose twice now. Yeah. This is going to be bad. Alright, but if I roll 2 successes on the sprint, I'm in a good spot. 2 successes. I can move 3 spaces. I lower my time by 1. That was the other sprint. Move 3 spaces. 1, 2, drag both of these guys into here. Saving the last victim will let me move 1 space, so I'll just move 1 space back. And then I unlock my final victim. For each additional victim I can move 1 space. So I like to keep my saved victims after this in this spot so I can know how many I saved. We're gonna put them here. I can move 1 additional space. I don't know if I want to, because I'll be in him killing me range. During the killer phase, draw 2 care cards instead of 1, and then choose 1 to resolve and shuffle the other back in the deck. My power does nothing, since the terror deck is out. Fun. Ouch. What am I doing? Am I moving a space? No, I'm staying there. I'm gonna let him go kill an innocent person. I think I save onto these for the next round. The bad part is a stare into the abyss, so I can use my Nexus controller, which is great. I can rearrange the Nexus as I see fit. However, if I use it, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my movement space from saving her to do that. Then I'm going to use my Nexus controller to rearrange the tiles however I see fit. However, when I... Oh, wait. When I move a Hellscape tile, I'm gonna lose 1 of these, I think. Because it just says whenever you move a Hellscape tile, lose a time. I'm gonna take this as like 1 instance of moving Hellscape tiles and only lose 1 time. But I'm gonna go over here. And that's all I'm gonna do. Because now he's over here and can't get to anybody. So he's not even killing a victim this round. He's gonna stay put and do nothing. Yes. Only cost me 1 time. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the end phase where I can get my stuff. I'm gonna get another search. So I can start searching the Sepulchre Blood for better stuff. And I guess a close call, because that's all I can get. All I can afford. Move back up to 6. Rank. Card. Weak attack. Distraction. Search. And then the rest of those zeros. Yay! Things have happened. Okay. Villain phase. He's going to move towards the closest victim or me and stab twice. And I believe on Hellscape, if he doesn't have a legal target because there's nobody there, range and targeting are always done by calculating the number of spaces required. If there is no valid path through the target of a killer action, then the killer will not move as part of the action. Attack icons will still be resolved in the killer space. Yep. So he's just good. He's gonna sit there. Ha ha ha. Nexus controller for the win. Then we can go to the panic phase. Nobody's panicking. Upkeep phase. Let's go ahead and rearrange 2 of these tiles, which is going to be this guy and this guy. Okay, so now he's connected to me, but I can also rearrange. And then I didn't really use all those last round. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. And then we can go on to my next phase. We are going to walk and really hope I get 2 successes so I can make it to the Sepulchre Blood and start searching for some. Yeah! Not even 1. I'm going to close call. Lose 2 time to reroll all the dice. Yeah! 2 successes. Move 2 spaces, lose 1 time. Sorry, I'm leaving you behind. 1, 2. I will then search. That is 1 success. I had 2 successes, and that last dice I threw in there knocked the other one off a success. So that's dumb. But I'm going to go ahead and pull the top card from the Sepulchre Blood, and I need a weapon. The Goblet of Blood. I'm not mad. This guy has 2 charges, and each charge is going to heal me twice. I can go back up to full life right now. That's actually really cool. And then last but not least, I will go ahead and short rest to get some health back. Not have to spend that card. And I got 2 successes. That's 2 health. Heck yeah. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 movement. He can hit me this round. Do I Nexus Controller before I move on? It's the last time I can do it. Last time I can delay a turn, but I think I do. But I'm right back. I have to lose a time because of that stupid event. I will then only be able to buy back a close call and all my 0 costs. Which means I won't even have a search this round. I mean, whatever. It does delay a turn. Back up to 6. Villain phase, nothing happens. Panic phase, nothing happens. Upkeep phase, let's move these things again. This guy and this guy. So he has... This is actually a better route for me. He's connected to me, but he's got to go all the way around this way. Give me some terms. He's going to stop by and kill that person along the way. That kind of sucks for that guy, but... That's that guy's problem. That's not my problem. Alright, we're going to go ahead and purge, or start by playing Focus. I only get to roll 2 dice now because I did get myself some health back. I got 2 successes. I lose a fear and I gain 2 time. With that type of roll, I will immediately play another Focus. Where I will gain another one of these, but this time lose a time. And honestly, just sitting still. Got seven things to spend. Get these. I'm gonna grab 2 searches. And have 3 left. Let's get another distraction. Feeling pretty good where we're at. Alright, these 2 focuses come back here. I'll reset to 6. Villain fades. He's gonna really, really stab this guy. That's gonna cause him to recover a hit point. So he's almost back up to max again. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. I will then roll these... Sorry, roll these first. Replace the star and the square. Not the star, the clover leaf in the square. A lot of nothing happened. They were almost identical. Oh, actually, technically the entire map is connected now in one big spiral. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. Let's get the next thing going. My turn. I'm gonna start with this distraction. Yeah. Distraction. Roll 2 dice. 2 blanks. And I didn't buy a close call. Oh, I do have a close call. We're definitely using it. Waste 2 time, reroll those 2 dice. 2 stars now. Oh, gain 2 time. Lose 2 of these. I'm now in the green range. I get an extra die now. Heck yeah. Alright. Searching time. 3 dice on search. 1 star. I have another search, so 1 star is good enough with me. I will lose a time. I will draw a card from the Sepulchre of Blood. Can I draw a weapon? The Amulet of Hell. Whenever you end your movement on a Hellscape tile, gain a time. Alright. Not nothing. We'll do another search. I have 1 success again. There are 2 items left in the Sepulchre of Blood. Feel like I should take the top 2, force one of these into success. I don't think I need a walk yet. So I'm going to force the other one to a success. So I have 2 successes. That's going to lose a time. And then I get to draw 2 cards. And choose 1 to keep and place the other one face down on the bottom of the deck or on top of the deck. But then I know what's here. What if these suck? I got some 2 different whips, the Discipline of Choices and the Discipline of Cruelty. Both require me to lose health to gain stuff. I feel like I use this one because I can lose a health every turn. I'm going to go ahead and toss away the orb. I can... And I'll put this one back in Sepulchre Blood. I will lose a health to gain 2 time, which I will do. Lose 1 health, gain 2 time. I'm going to have to fight him with just my fists. It's really too bad whenever I did that random discard. It was the weapon. And then we will end my phase. I will go ahead and take my 2 focus back. Oh, I need to buy cards first. That's important. I'm just going to take a critical blow and just try to hit him hard once before I lose this game. Alright, search can go back. Walk, walk, search, distraction, close call. His turn. He's going to walk at me. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. He's going to double stab the room if there's nobody in there. We're going to roll the Hell Shift dice, which is just going to flip over the tile he's in, so it actually might cut him off of me. Nope, did not. And then it's my turn. Alright, here's the play. Oh, I gotta walk, right? Nope. Remember last turn when I said I don't need to walk anytime soon? That was a choice I made. Any way I can get around him not attacking me this turn? I think the answer is no. I'm going to short rest, rolling 3 dice. I didn't roll any successes, but I can discard cards if I want to, but I really don't want to. So I'll raise the terror level by 1. No, I need 3. I need 3 dice going in those cards. I'll discard 2 focuses. 1 focus and 1 weak attack, because I have my critical blow in my hand. And that's going to lower my time by 1 and let me heal 1 hit point. I will then use a Goblet of Blood to heal 2 more hit points. And then we'll end my turn, get back both my walks that I discarded last turn, and spend 5 on things where I will get 2 guards and a close call. Feel like this is gonna be close to the end of the game for me. And that's my turn. Here he comes. He's going to come in here and attack me twice. First attack, guard. I get to roll 3 dice because I'm in the green. I got 1 success, which is reducing the attack by 2. I don't want to discard too many cards, so I will take 2 damage. You'll then attack me again, in which case I will play a guard. I'll roll 3 dice. And I got 2 successes, so I can ignore all the damage. That was pretty good, actually. Those get played. That's his turn. We'll roll the Hellscape dice. This guy and this guy will move around. Probably not too important anymore. And then we'll go to my turn. That got reset. Forgot about that. Let's start with a... We'll just start with that critical blow. Rolling my 3 dice. Am I certain with that? Because I lose the rest of my turn if I miss. I have a close call. Hey, 2 successes right there. I'm not even going to roll the other dice in case it hits the other one over. I'm going to lower the fear by 1. I'm going to deal 3 damage to him. And then, you know, short little victory cry, some type. Am I walking away from him now? Like, he's just gonna follow me. And I can start walking towards the House of Mutilation, and my amulet gives me things back. So yeah, we do it. I'm gonna walk. Casually walk away from him while he's gonna be sprinting pretty fast. 2 successes! I gotta move 2 spaces. 1, 2. I ended my movement in the Hellscape tile, so I'll gain 1, but I have to lose 1 for the walk. And then... I think I just have to take damage this turn. Yeah, he's gonna, no matter what I do, unless I can somehow get away from him, which I can't because I can't rearrange anymore, he's going to force me to, he's going to attack me and force me to have to flip my token. Because I can't buy 2 guards, because both my guards are there. But I can retaliate. So... I could walk 1 or 2 more, up to 2 more spaces, maybe. We're just gonna end my turn. I don't have anything else I can do, I don't think. Gain my cards back. Have 6 to spend. 4 has to go into retaliate. I'm gonna take sprint as the other one. I have a weak attack for my next turn. I'll go there. I can buy critical blow back. I can buy some guards back. And now it's his turn. He's gonna wander up with me again. He's gonna attack me twice. First attack, I will... you know what? Better. Don't retaliate the first attack. Yeah. No, because... Yeah, don't retaliate the first attack and hope this isn't blank. Alright, not retaliating. He's doing 4 damage to me, which will kill me unless this is not Blink. If you're wondering why it looks so black and not able to see it, that's because it's Blink. I just lost. No! Alright. I'm going to go to the Book of Gruesome Deaths. Alright, so... I'm in the Hellscape. Uh-huh. Razorface is 14 to 21. How did he kill me? I don't know how to read this book. Razorface Terrors. Okay. Razorface Afflictions. How about just Razorface, Hellscape? Hellscape? Oh, I went too far. Oh, it's just a general kill. So I gotta roll dice, and this is how he killed me. 3! General kill 3. A hinged crate on a rusty iron cage behind Razorface. He turned around to see a scrawny, half-mutilated man climbing out of a spiked cage. Razorface removed his phylactery, his most precious tool, from his belt. The still-beating magical heart had a plethora of iron nails protruding from it. He grabbed another nail and shoved it into the phylactery. The young man, escaping him, fell to the floor, writhing in pain. Before he went quiet... Oh, this isn't for me. But anyways, before he went quiet, Razorface hummed in a tune with the man's horrific cries. Oh. They're freaky. Hellscape Terror Decks. Isn't there just a... He just killed me with a regular attack? Gruesome death. Oh, it's how the victim dies, not me. The gruesome death is for victims, not for the final girl. I want to know how he killed me. Anyways. I lost. Yes, there's special gruesome death books you can get. That's part of the bundles, or you can find them online. I think we sell them individually. So this is the one for Hellscape. And so it has all the gruesome deaths you find in the Hellscape thing. And for each killer. So this is for if you're playing... I don't remember that guy's name. The Terminator guy. If you're playing the Terminator guy in Hellscape, this is what happens when he kills you. Kills victims, actually. And it's broken down by general kills, like if he just uses his general attacks, or if he finds a terror card to kill you. So I'll read another one because they're fun. So there's a Razorface card called Brutal Reward. In fact, I think it was the first one one of the first ones I drew. Yep, my third one. Brutal Reward. If you die from a victim dies from Brutal Reward. Razorface had just finished up with a saw on the head of a hapless victim. As her head plopped to the cold ground, you noticed something uncanny. A thick mist-like energy left their mutilated body and hovered in air over to you. Take it. Taste their pain, Razorface said. You stepped into a hazy energy. The energy pulsed through your body like searing barbs. As painful as it was, it rejuvenated your body and revivified your mind. You would take what you could get. Ah, nice. And that's the one where if he kills a victim with this card, I get to gain a time. Lovely. Razorface sounds like a nice guy. That just killed me brutally. One more thing before I go, because I hated Life Drain. Like, I would have gotten all my afflictions gone at least, even though I didn't kill him, if it wasn't for Life Drain. But his epic dark power is... Oh my gosh. Infinite Despair. If at least one victim panics during the panic phase, raise the fear level by 2. Otherwise, raise it by 1. So every turn he's raising the fear level by 1, just because he can. It's not cool. Well, okay, that was me playing Final Girl. Getting very close to killing Razorface. Sort of. Not really. I got 2 afflictions down and had him under half at one point in time before he healed. But, you know, let's see what his was. If I would have killed him, would he have been dead? Yes, he would have been. It was also blank. I was gonna say, most of these are blank, but... Yeah, it's 6 blanks, a 1, a 2, and a 3. It would have been so cool if I had a 3 right there. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered because he's dealing 4 damage at a time. So if I would have gained 3 health, I still would have had to use my retaliate to try to live. All right, well, that's another one I have played now. One more guy down. I still have to play him to actually beat him. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I look forward to playing this again. I love playing these things on stream because it kind of like renews my desire to want to keep playing. So I might play this again very soon. Especially throughout October, which is going to be spooky season. Speaking of spooky season, this Thursday we are going to be playing Above and Below Haunted, which is going to be very great. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and end stream there. Thanks everybody for watching. Cosby V, thanks for keeping it real. And that would be it. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Bye.